Party people in the place to be, live from 58 Dream Street. We're Jamesin' with Games. Happy Saturday, folks. Little hectic environment over here today because we just have a day packed with different things to do. So I was hoping to get started by 11 a.m. where I am, whatever time it is where you are. Probably not in the weird Atlantic time zone. And then I had to push back a little, but here we are, getting started. I also have a hard stop because I have an appointment, but that's a few hours from now. My hope is that here in session 2 of our Space Quest, the Sarien encounter, starring Roger Wilco, playthrough, we win. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll find out. With no further ado, let's just fire it up. Whoop. I think I set the volume to an appropriate level for the audience. Let me check. Yeah, that seems... There won't be as much, obnoxiously chipper music once we get going. So I think we'll be good. And we're, So the story so far is that oh, cool. It's just going to load when I type my name in. Had I known that when I picked my name, it was going to be the, it's like the JRPG let you rename the characters back for the voice acting deal, I would have named myself Roger, but I typed my own name instead. But we all know that the character in this game is named Roger Wilco. He's a space janitor. So in our first session, Roger, not a very good space janitor, is assigned to the Arcada, which is a research vessel trying to create a star generator, which is a very silly sounding science fiction device that will turn a planet into a new star, with the idea being that that is going to save the something galaxy or solar system because their sun is, going out or something. Now, there's a lot of questions. If we wanted to get hard sci-fi about this, I think this plan raises more questions than it answers, because how do we get a new orbit going? Won't the planet now be much closer to the sun when the sun is now another planet in the solar system and not the original sun? Or maybe they're going to do an outlier planet and just whatever. It's going to work somehow, allegedly. We just have to trust that part. So Roger's a janitor on this space vessel. He's not a very good janitor. So he's taking an on-the-clock nap when the Sariens, a bad guy alien group, attack the star generator, and they kill everybody else. One scientist in the rest of the crew survives just long enough to give Roger important information. And then, I reminded myself. I set up, usually when I play these games, these old Sierra adventures, I get a map going in Google Sheets. And so I got myself set up for that. It turned out to not be necessary at all for purposes here, because this game is built out of a sequence of small biomes, not a big open area like King's Quest 1 or 2. So there's never really a time when I'm like, how do I get to that place? Because it's always just like a smaller number of screens before you move on to the next place. But I did take a single note of a code number that will be important later. So I've got that now. Good. Excellent. Now, Roger wakes up and oh no, it's danger. He winds up getting some information with the help of the scientist that will be critical to saving the day at the end. And then he gets an escape pod set up and he escapes. He's the only surviving member of the crew of the Arcada. The Sariens now possess the star generator, and they're bad guys, so they might use it like a Death Star, destroy planets and cause havoc. He crash lands on some planet. On that planet, He finds his way underground and meets an alien group there who know about the Sarians and know roughly what's going on. They help him out. They set him up with a speeder bike that takes him to the Ulian or the something flats. And so then he's in a little place with a few stores and a cantina, it's basically Mos Eisley. It's a Mos Eisley reference anyway. And that's where we are now. I managed through gambling to acquire enough money to buy both a pilotable ship and a droid that can pilot the ship for me. And the challenge that I was faced with when we wrapped up last time. Okay. No. It's not going to recognize where I am. Did I? Oh no. Did I not do the thing I'm supposed to do? I didn't. I did not create a save called active save, but I think it'll be this one, taking flight. Let me look. This one was at 1754. 1752. Yeah, we're good. British. I'm definitely the chief. Roger is definitely the chief employee right now on account of everyone else on the Arcada being dead. We'll see what happens when he concludes his quest. So the challenge now is that the droid, if we get into the ship and I get the droid on board, the droid says, hey, where should we go? What sector? And I don't know what sector to go to. Now, thanks to a little bit of external help, thank you, Cedric, wherever you are. And also thank you on YouTube, Wild Coyote. Cedric said, I'm pretty sure you can still find out what you're supposed to say. And Wild Coyote said, I'm pretty sure you've avoided soft locks so far. Suggesting that somewhere here, I can find out. I was stymied at the end, as I often am, when I get stuck on a puzzle near the end of an adventure game stream, because I am, usually getting hungry, I want to get something done before I end. And so I fall into bad habits, like just trying to brute force every item, not trying logical things. And so I've had a pretty good track record of figuring out what to do while looking at my own recorded playthrough while I get it ready to publish it on YouTube. This time, that sort of happened, I think. I mean, we'll see if my idea works. But it's not that I got an idea while I was watching. It's that I had an idea that I thought in my mind and then never said out loud or tried. But I have a really good feeling about it. Because it's something that also was the solution to a puzzle in King's Quest 3, which is listening in on the other people at the bar. Because you can't talk, none of them want to talk to you, but I never tried just listening. And I thought to myself, I should listen, see what they're saying. Maybe it'll just be listen. Maybe I need to eavesdrop. Maybe I have a beer. Maybe I'm supposed to say drink the beer, and then while Roger's drinking the beer, he can overhear them. But I feel really good about this as a possible solution. Listen to people. The only thing you hear when attempting to eavesdrop is eat felch, humanoid. The game has a weird understanding of what the word humanoid means. It seems to think that humanoid is just a human. Because even if this fella and this fellow are, and for that matter, Admiral Akbar's skinny little brother here, and Hubert, even if they're all aliens, they're also clearly humanoids, right? They have the human, the bipedal, upright, two-armed. Anyway, okay. I don't see why typing eavesdrop would work. No, it didn't work. Okay. Listen to the people. No. Okay. Okay, well. I'm still pretty optimistic here. Also, I noticed my droid didn't come in with me, which makes sense. He's on treads, and I came downstairs, but is he waiting for me? He sure is. Good buddy. Alright. Every time Roger enters the bar, another poor gambler winds up losing his life. The slot machine There's a high stakes slot machine where... Hold on, let's try listening in different spots. Okay. I mean, maybe this isn't it, but it just feels like it should work. I have the beer. Let's try drinking the beer. The beer tastes like carbonated Zipple sweat. However, considering recent events, you could learn to love it. What'll it be? I got beer and it's 2 buckazoids. Well, I got no money. Can I hear anything now? No. Okay. Maybe it is something else. Or maybe this is a mechanical challenge. I'm going to keep poking at eavesdropping for the moment. Wait, what if I offer beer? Give beer to man. Say what? Give beer? No. Talk to alien. Well, not even spelled well. But, okay. Cheap viewers? Don't need them. We do premium viewers here. Assassin, sort of. SLK. So, how about you go away forever? And we'll never think of you again. Fun little gimmick in here. The band, there's like 3 different bands that can play. There's these alien dudes, there's ZZ Top, and there's the Blues Brothers. Talk to Elvis guy. No. Look at aliens. You've never seen the likes of the patrons seated at the bar. They look fairly absorbed in their drinks. What if I eat... Is it like positional? There are positional puzzles. You can look at the aliens, but you have to listen to the people. Talk to them. No one is willing to acknowledge my presence. They're not fond of humanoids. Do I have a way to disguise myself as a non-humanoid? I don't believe so. I got this plant from out in the desert part of the planet. Don't know what that's for. What's the gadget again? The gadget's a translator. Okay. Spy on the people. No. Eavesdrop on people? I don't know why eavesdrop would work. No. And it says it doesn't understand. Saying eat felch. That doesn't seem like it's likely to be the answer. What if I try to eat some felch? No. I don't think the bartender wants to talk to me about anything except... Yeah. Lousy bartender. Okay. Try this in different spots before I try other things. I certainly hope the answer isn't that back when I still had some money, I needed to like buy around. Offer beer. Nope. Talk to man. No, they don't care. Listen to band. No. Okay, wait. Can I hide? Duck. No. Hide. Hide behind bar. What if I stand on the other side of the... Oh, I've accidentally approached the slot machine. Hey, Abra. Maybe the cleaning robot is involved somehow? Can I pick up the sweeper? Why would I be able to? No. Can't obtain it here. I'm skeptical I can obtain it at all. But okay. Why do I keep typing just listen to people? Look at the walls for a second. The walls are sporting a wonderful smoke finish, such that the original color is a puzzle. There are cracks here and there, which attest to the state of disrepair. Look at the band. On stage are two heavily bearded gents and a relatively clean-shaven drummer. One of the hottest bands in the quadrant. What quadrant, though? I just need the name of a place. Okay. Can I listen to them from here? Look at the window. Look at hole. Look at the bar. There's a small round structure here with a door on one side. It's typical of some of the prefab structures used in the frontier areas years ago. No, can't listen for... Okay. The fact that there's a response at all to listen to people. And the writing here says Xenon Bytes. Xenon is our system, I believe. Can I talk to the droid? Hello. I am a Model QR7 pilot droid. I have navigated many different kinds of ships to many different worlds, buzz, click, and have acquired much flight knowledge from my travels, etc. He likes my flight suit. He likes being out of the stuffy metal market. He asked me if he talks too much. We've been through that. No clues that I can see. So, my grave concern here is that, okay, here's what I'll do. I'll update this save. Then I'm going to go back to before I spent all that money. So I've got Buckazoids. Can I buy around for the house? If I can, that's terrible news in a way. No. Okay. I mean, like, the fact that I can get a reaction from listen to people, even if it's not working. If I get over there before he dies, can I talk to him? Well, we would have to get there before he dies to find it. Yeah, I'm not going to get to it trying to talk to him. But it's too late. Does not compute. Talk to alien. Talk to man. No one will acknowledge me. Even though, okay. Look at the people. Right, I don't get specific information. If I actually say look at Cubert, no. What if I put the asterisks in? No. Give beer to people. No. Give beer. Drop beer. This is the human. That would not be helpful. Is it always Oh, yeah. Probably is always smoky in here. One more situational attempt. No. Well, hold on. If I drink the beer and then listen to people? No? Will they talk to me now that I smell like beer? Okay. Do I get to keep the beer stein? No. So Roger's like really inhaling this beer. Maybe this is not the answer. I should take stock. What else is here? Can't go down from here. There's only a few screens here. Because you can see these little sort of perimeter beacons, and they create a security fence. You got to stay within it. So there's what? How many screens here? 6. 7, 8 once you include going in the 2 buildings. Oh. Cannot buy another droid. But obviously I purchased the correct droid. I know that because the slot machine shut down. Okay. Load the droid in. What sector shall I head for, sir? And Xenon is not the right answer. Can't talk to the droid at this point. Bugs me that the droid has all this knowledge. He should just be able to tell me about some sectors. But I suppose Roger doesn't have time to trial and error 2 different sectors. He needs to know where he's going. Okay. I can get out. Well, at least I don't have the droid following me around. Look around. Look. No. Look around. Weird. Look at building. There's a small, sturdy office here, which unauthorized personnel are not allowed in. Must be a brick ship house. Ha ha ha. Look at ships. There's bad ships. A couple of other craft here which might belong to the beings inside this building. Okay. And it could be like time-based if it's eavesdrop on them. So should I There are time-based puzzles in classic Sierra games. So it's not unheard of if like sitting here for a while is what I gotta do to get the aliens to open up. Can't just listen. Listen to the bartender. No. So listen to man or listen to people. If I listen to the band, nothing. What is this band? It's just a jam band. I'm not sure if these guys are a reference to anything. Yeah. Can I sit at the bar? No surfaces to sit. Okay. Can't just wait for time to pass. Can't put my beer on the bar so that I blend in with them. Do they ever move? Do they ever act? The bartender. Okay, let's go back in time. I'm reluctant to, I mean, not that reluctant, because if I go back, wait, how many do I have now? 250. That's the maximum, and when you hit the maximum, also the machine shuts down. But what if it'll reactivate once I have less money? Because what if I drink a few beers? Alright, let's test that immediately. Is the thing reactive? Yes. Okay. Well, then this might actually be the answer. Did I buy another beer? I did. Drink the beer. Buy a beer. They're still just... Here he is. Yeah, I want a beer, man. Can I listen while the bartender's here? Nope. Is there a point where Roger... Gulp, gulp? Hey, that's getting different. I'm just curious now. Okay. As you sip through... Ha 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 ha. As you sip another of the odd brews, you overhear someone at the bar speaking. There I was, cruising through Sector HH when I spot this blip on the scanner. So I head right toward it, you see, and right there in front of me sits the Deltaur. It's just sitting there. My heart started hyperwarping on me. I figure my milliseconds are numbered. All I can think of doing is getting my craft out of there. So I'm reaching for the throttle. All of a sudden, there's this incredible flash of light, you see. And just like that, this little planetoid explodes into a ball of fire, I tell you. I've never seen anything like it. I mauled the throttle, and I got out of there quick, you bet. Well, there it is. We gotta do a little more gambling, but not much. Gotta repurchase the droid. But okay. That made sense overall. And it shouldn't take too long to get us to victory. Here we go. Just need to get back to 250. Really going for it with the skulls. Come on. And he's dead. Do. I suppose it's probably actually possible for me to just go back to the taking flight save and just use the knowledge that Roger didn't acquire there. But you know what? I saw that I got points for learning it, so might as well maximize my score. Just need the gambling to work it. Just need 3 eyes. Come on. Eh, cherries. We're almost there. We're done. Okay. All right. We're on track. Now I just got to buy the ship again and buy the droid again. Probably in the opposite order. Actually, it probably doesn't matter what order I do it in. But that is the order I'm going to do it in. The opposite of what I initially said. Welcome to Droids, Bias, the finest emporium for mechanized beings in the quadrant. We have a complete line of droids for any purpose imaginable. Well, almost any. All top of the line, but I suppose you would probably be interested in our sale items. Please walk this way. Great technique. Great salesman technique here. Juffawut, welcome. Speaking of Juffawut, I gotta find the time, but gotta do Star Control 3 sometime soon in advance of free stars next year. Get the what's the compare the two sequels to Star Control 2. This is the start of my I'm doing a sci-fi pivot for a while. Except I'm going to probably also be playing Ultima 7 Part 2 Serpentile for my entire life. I'll buy this droid. Ah, there. Hey, Abra. Hey, Squeaky. Let me get this off your seat. Hey, you want to sit here? Yeah, there you go. It's Abra's butt. Oh, there she is. There's the pretty part. Oh, what a cute girl. Oh, hey. We can see Abra even with a proper camera angle. Very nice. Buy the droid using my discount coupon. I don't remember where I got that, but I did get it. You know what? The droid doesn't come into the bar if I go into the bar. We discovered earlier, before I had to reload to in the past. But you can take the stairs in the store just fine. Hope someone got fired over that. Okay. Do I need to go down here to get Tiny following me? Yep. Howdy, bucko. To you as well, sir. Come up this way. Tell me about this fine ship. Oh, wouldn't you know? He says it's cost $214. You can be confident about your purchases. When the gambling machine won't let you acquire more money than $250, and one of the droids and one of the ships together add up to costing $250. No, not the droid. Buy the ship. I tell you, I think you made a wise decision. She's a beauty. The keys are in her. If you have any problems, don't hesitate to come back and tell us about them. It's been a heck of a pleasure doing business with you. Oh, by the way, you're going to need a droid to help you fly that thing. Well, good luck. Come again. Okay, so I'm actually curious about an obvious death. Or what seems like it would be an obvious death. So bear with me a moment as I go buy the droid again. Because he said the keys are in her. So what's stopping Roger from just hopping in with his droid and trying to escape? Presumably something. Buy the droid. It's doing a terrible job of following me, but that's okay. The page turns, the screen flips, will take care of that. Let's go find out how Roger is punished for stealing this ship. Whoops. Oh. Oh. Well, it's just that Roger, despite his willingness to steal time by sleeping when he's on the clock, is too ethical to steal a ship to save the galaxy. We load the droid. What sector? How about HH? Sector HH it is. I will proceed with course entry. Hey, wait a minute. Where do you think you're going with my ship? Off you go into the purple yonder. That's a great gag. Tiny is just selling the ships of the people hanging out in the Ulian Flats. Roger's conscience is clear. Well done, James. Roger. You've managed to overcome the elements of Corona, from endless deserts and spider droids to obnoxious salesmen and bad booze. Yes, the sand in your boots shall forever serve as a reminder of this forsaken planet. Oh. Got the inflection all wrong there. Yes, the sand in your boots shall forever serve as a reminder of this forsaken planet. You should feel proud, but now, destiny awaits with an even greater challenge. Hang on, sir. We are heading into an asteroid field. Is this another action sequence? If it is, we're going to want to turn the speed down, I'm thinking. Or maybe the ship. The whole idea of having the droid is that it pilots the ship. Oh, cool. That was mighty close. We have established visual contact with a ship of Sarien origin, says the droid. The name Deltaur is confirmed. You might consider the fact that we are in danger by being anywhere near this ship. I hope you didn't waste money on the extended warranty when you purchased me. I will slow our approach and stand off at a safe distance. Okay. We're going to get tractor beamed or something. Oh, no, we're not. Look around. Look at Deltaur. Before you lies the Sarien battlecruiser Deltaur. An imposingly... Oh, hey, check it out. I got a lot of points for taking off. We're at 153 now. An imposingly massive ship. Now you understand why the Arcata was so easily overtaken. Your first instinct is to turn the ship around and head for home. But then you realize that once you do something to try to stop the Sariens, there will be no home. Okay. Let's approach the Deltaur. Fly to Deltaur. Talk to droid. This might just be a, time passes and then they tractor beam us. Fly the ship. Go to Deltaur. That's not the way to get there. Hail the Deltaur. No. Can I look at my ship console? Nope. If I look around, around is not in my sight. Cannot turn my head 180 degrees to look at the droid. Oh, can I use the jetpack that I acquired in the Ulian Flats in exchange for my speeder bike? No. Can I put the jetpack on? You are now wearing the jetpack. A small control linkage snaps onto the back of your helmet, allowing you to control it merely by focusing on where you want to go. Go to the ship. Your legs will take you where you want to go. In most cases, anyway. Use jetpack. Fly to ship. Fly. Go to Deltaur. Dock at the Deltaur. No. Land on Deltaur. open the ship. No. It was worth a try. Because this is very much just a like, I don't think this is a puzzle. I think this is a parser challenge. Figure out exactly how they conceived this happening. Window. Open cockpit. Get out of ship. Before leaving the safety of your ship, you instruct the little droid to set a course for Xenon, where you will rendezvous later. Providing, of course, that you are successful in carrying out your mission. Once again, you are on your own. Oh, and Roger just goes to the ship. Here we are. Oh, cool. Look at the ship. You're floating in space, just outside the biggest darn spaceship you've ever seen. You see a door. Perhaps it is a way in? It could be. Look at the door. You can't see it from here. It appears to be a standard airlock. There's a handle in the center. Pull the handle. Does not compute. Open door. Okay. You grasp the large handle and twist, noting the rather significant amount of pain being registered. You're extremely grateful to hear a click. Roger doesn't have strong wrists, it seems. Just physically go in. As you enter the Sarien ship, the airlock door seals itself behind you. You try to open it again, without any success. It appears that you're stuck here. I'll just update this one. If it turns out I have to go back, I can go back to the ship and get here pretty quickly. Look around. You're in an airlock. Sure. Beep, gurgle, pop, apologizes to the strange robot as he pushes you aside. Uh-oh. I missed my window there. The door is not impressed. Okay. Let's try that one more time. Look around in an airlock. Maybe it's not possible to just go through the door. Maybe I had to do something with the robot as it came through. Oh. No. That's fairly simple. There's a box. You're standing in a large empty room within the Sarien ship. On one wall is a vent. There's some sort of trunk on the floor. Look, a trunk. There doesn't seem to be anything special about the container. Well, let's open it. Let's look in it. It's empty. Get in. You climb in the trunk. The lid pounds shut above you. You hear voices, muffled, then louder. You suddenly feel the trunk lift off the deck and the sensation of movement. After a few minutes, the trunk thuds to the floor, causing you to see stars in the darkness. The voices sound farther away, then gone. Now maybe there was something else I had to do in the room first, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Why would they move an empty trunk from one place to another? So you exit the trunk, you notice you have lost your jetpack. Look in trunk. There's a jetpack. Get it. Don't worry about it. You won't be needing it anymore. Trust me. I mean, okay, I get the hint. Look around. You're in the ship's laundry facilities. Look at vent. Looks high. Okay. I'm going back. Look at vent. You can't see into the vent. Go to vent. Use jetpack. It's not one of my options. Why, though? Can I move the trunk over to look in the vent? Yep. He's completely dark on the other side of the vent. Open vent. Using your Xenon army knife, you pry the vent open. You cannot enter the narrow vent wearing that jetpack. Where would you like to put it? Could it not just go in my inventory? Okay. Put it in the trunk. Uh-oh. Can I type all this fast enough? I did it. Much. I don't know. Either way, it wants the... I don't think we're done with the jetpack, because either way, it wants the jetpack to end up in the trunk specifically. So this is a gimmick where Roger is definitely not going to just get on that ladder if I don't tell him. Or maybe he will. He did. Wow. Just like a real video game character. Roger does not do the Dark Souls character thing of just holding on the side of the ladder and sliding. So, did that ring all the way around the ship and take me back to the same place? Your nose has just been redesigned by an ill-advised attempt to insert it into a closed vent. Open the vent. You cannot pry open the grate, which seems to be stuck. Use the knife on the vent. No? You learn nothing new. Look through the vent? Learn nothing new. Okay. Well, that's a different place. So we have not, ringed around the entire ship. Be nice if there were like, sector, maintenance markers, maintenance codes, so we knew which vent is which. Cannot reach the grate. Oh, we're just back. So this does eventually ring around, which means if I go up one, I should expect to see the other vent. And I can't open it. Cannot pry open the grate, which seems to be stuck. Look at vent. It's closed. Okay, thank you. Listen at vent. No. Kick the vent. What do you know? And now we're in this room that we could have got to while being knocked unconscious. Okay. Look at the machine. The laundry cleaning unit is not being used at this time. I don't think this is a good idea. Wait, let's look in the machine and see if someone's left clothing in there. Someone might be coming. You don't have time to be standing around. Get in the machine and hide. Well, James, certainly appears as though you're about to become all washed up. Okay. Somehow, you managed to survive the rinse cycle. As you emerge from the cleaning unit, you notice that you are dressed in a Sarien battle uniform. What a stroke of genius. Now you can wander throughout the ship without calling attention to yourself. Espionage 101. At some point, someone's got to say, aren't you a little short to be a Sarien? Okay. Let's just avoid the robot for a moment. But yeah. Okay, this elevator won't open. Okay, let's take the elevator down and look at the robot. There's a guardian droid here roaming the corridor. Fortunately, it recognizes you as a Sarien. There's got to be a better way to program your robots than just pure visual recognition. Is that the star generator? You're inside an enormous chamber. Before you stands the stolen star generator. Look at the Sarien. He looks to be armed and dangerous. I wouldn't mess around with him. Okay, so we need a plan here. Because we're not trying to recover the star generator. The code that I referred to having found earlier is a self-destruct code. We've also secured the information cartridge necessary to share the findings of how the thing works. So what we're looking to do here is blow this ship up. So who knows how many steps are in between, but the ultimate goal right now is to figure out how to get that guy to be not a big concern so that I can punch the destruct code in and then escape. There's always the possibility. Ooh. In fact. I guess we'll find out. But now I'm starting to think that maybe getting in the trunk was the way to do it so that the jetpack is in the laundry room so that I can get to the vent in the laundry room and escape. That would be the most swashbuckling hero thing to do. And also would, save time dealing with the star generator. But I don't think they gave us a self-destruct code, so we could not use it. Oh, weapons. I think I'm going to find out that I'm soft-locked, and what I actually need to do is go in the vent, kick the vent out so it can be opened later from the other side, go back down, hide in the trunk, get carried to the laundry room. If that's what I think I'm probably going to need to do, why don't I just do it? I'll call this one Dead End. Because if it turns out this was the one I was supposed to do, well then, the more fool me. Oh, you know what? No, hold on. The fact that I put it in there, maybe they'll just move it anyway. Who knows? Okay, so wait, I'm in the armory, right? Rows of weapons on the wall tell you that in the Deltaur's armory. There's a service droid behind the weapons issue counter. Welcome to dispensary. Weapons dispensary. I will assist you. Please supply me with your identification card. Excuse me, sir. Please don't find it too suspicious that I'm hastily retreating. But there was another way to go. So, okay. Get an ID card. Obtain a weapon. Shoot that one poor... Well, whatever. I'm going to blow them all up. It's not like he's the only one who's getting killed here. And also, the Sariens seem to be real jerks. At least the Sariens in the particular political unit that we're dealing with here. There might be nice Sarien peasants on the planet Saria or whatever. Look around. Just wandering in the ship. I probably need to find like a sleeping Sarien or like a Sarien who's not just one of the guards patrolling around. We're back in the xenophobe style. Seeing 2 rows of the ship at once. Oh, just went in a loop. Okay. Roger, I don't feel like Roger Wilco has any pickpocket skills. And also, I bet this elevator works. Does exactly what we might expect. Yep. So there's another way to go. Only 40 points left. Oh yeah. Conservation of space by doing these. Oh, and then we're just back here though. The trunk's been moved. That's good. Okay. What do I have that I haven't used? Also, I haven't even tried talking to the Sariens. I have an empty survival kit. I have the weird plant that I picked, which might be like a drug of some kind. I have a key card. That's a key card for the Arcata. I have reflective glass, the Xenon army knife, the translator gadget. Okay. Seems like talking is probably just going to blow my cover. Have you played King's Quest 3? You ask the guard. Yes, responds the surprise guard. I just bought it last week. It was on sale for 128,000 buckazoids at Tiny's Holodisc shop. What a bargain. So you know that was, bootlegged. Are they all just the same guy? Or can we get product? Guard talks back. Okay. They're not going to make us read the whole joke every time. Was that one elevator that I thought didn't work? Did I just line up with it wrong? Oh, wait a minute. I have the ID card because I'm wearing a Sarien uniform. In the pocket of this uniform is an alien identification card. The name on the card is Butston Freem. You wonder if this is a common Sarien name. Okay. I thought maybe it might have a funny picture with a portrait of our buddy Butson. Can it all be as simple as it looks? Can there be 39 or in the vicinity of 39 points left just doing the things that I've already said are clearly what I need to do? I mean, maybe. Let's put this plan in action. Show ID. Excuse me. I shall retrieve your weapon. Presumably he said that in Sarien. Your rank allows you to bear 1 pulse ray unit. Remember, no firing in the ship. Have a nice day. Press F6 to fire the pulse ray. Okay. Small item is a pulse ray. Very cool looking little gun. Delivers concentrated pulses of energy in the direction it is pointed. Are we going to get a light action sequence here? If so, I wish... Well, I guess they can't make space... I was going to say, I wish they made spacebar the fire button. But actually, that would be horrible. That would make it very difficult to type commands. 166. I think this might be exactly what it seems like. At which point... I don't know. What do I do? What? Oh no, I tripped. My, aren't you the clumsy one? Because of your inability to walk without falling on your face, your helmet is now riding in the elevator without you. You've blown your cover. The Sariens are sure to shoot first and ask questions later. Well, that means that I need to shoot first. Also at the droids. Oh, good. The droid's just not here. You're toast. Okay. Thank you for playing Space Quest. Too bad you failed. Yeah. Okay. Nope. Wait, can I just shoot this guy right now? No. Did I lose or gain a point? I lost points for doing that. So don't just go around shooting and blowing your cover, even though we're ultimately trying to self-destruct this ship and kill everyone aboard. Hey, the droid's back. Okay. It's a plot trip. Can I shoot from one screen away? Well, at any rate, let's Can I get the helmet? It isn't here. If you wanted it, you should have held on to it. I really did want it. Jeez, James. Go take some marksmanship courses. Come back, give it another try in a couple of months, okay? Well, that time it seemed to suggest that I could have fired first. You know what? Let's play on normal speed, which seems absurdly slow. Hold on, I'm being called to. I'm going to take a brief intermission. I'll be right back with you. Yeah, we're back. Okay. Just had to do some checking on the cat. And then, having checked on her and discovered that she wanted her water glass filled, had to fill up her water glass. Okay. She's done a strange thing twice today that we got to keep our eye on, which is that she's just hissed, but not like at anybody and not obviously in response to anything. So I don't know. I guess she just like picked up a smell of something somehow. I don't know. Hopefully it's nothing. All right, gotta be ready on the F6. And I'll try firing from here. Nope. Okay. And that time I didn't get a message. Should I try hiding behind an elevator? Like, is this just another, there's some randomness? You're toast. Okay, I think it's random. I think I need him to be coming out. Oh no. Abra's doing her despair meows. And she's like, okay, I gotta go check on Abra. Hang tight, gang. I'll be right back with you. Whoa, my goodness. Okay, we're blowing up in my brief absence. Hello. Welcome, everybody. Hold on. Let me scroll up here. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, my goodness. Hello, Sonneveld and your many, many, many people. Almost as many people as I have adventure points. I had started again and then had another cat situation that I had to tend to, but she seems to be doing good now. Well, welcome everybody. Geez, I should do a spiel. Here at 58 Dream Street, I'm James, by the way, your host. Well, here are all the things we do. On the weekends, usually, and when I have free time, which isn't that often, during the week sometimes, I play mostly classic RPGs and adventure games. Ah, British. Because English is a mongrel language. I believe, basically. It's cobbled together from so many different things. And then there are weird things like pronunciations of some words change over time, but other similar words don't. So, for example, hey, yeah, awesome. Welcome. Thank you for following. Oh, man. Well, that sounds like fun. Yeah, so I've been doing mostly classic RPGs and adventures with occasional forays into more modern RPGs and adventures. A couple of JRPG classics too. And Also, like puzzle games. I say puzzle games when really so far I've just been doing the Adventures of Lolo games every now and then, intermittently when I get a chance. Every Tuesday night, me and my buddy Greg do a show we call Greg and James Beat 'em Up, where we're trying to play all the beat 'em ups. Right now, phase 2 of our project is to play every beat 'em up through 1993, and we're in 1992 right now. So we played a lot of beat 'em ups, and we have a lot more to play. And then on Friday nights, or sometimes, for example, this evening it's Saturday. More often, if we shifted, it's Thursday. Once we did it on a Tuesday, but mostly on Friday evenings, we do a show we call Friday Night Frosthaven, which is exactly what it sounds like. If you're familiar with the board game Frosthaven, we play that. Not. I don't even know if there's a Steam game of it out yet, but not that. We started playing Gloomhaven online, not for streaming purposes, during the pandemic, and so I've devised a fair number of systems for doing it remotely. And so when we got Frosthaven, we decided to start sharing it with the people. Thank you all for following. Thank you, Sonneveld, for swinging by with so many folks. This is exciting. This is wild. I'm going to glance at my current viewership just for a moment. Holy smokes. All right. Well, I finally hit the big time. I feel a lot of pressure now to not just be stuck forever. I don't need to know, is normally my attitude. Okay, let's pop back for a moment. And go. Yeah, so those are most of the things we do here. So to date, I've done the Quest for Glory series to completion. I'd never played any of those before. I'd played a little bit of Space Quest 1, but I'd certainly never been as far as I am right now. I've done the King's Quest series, and I've like the whole King's Quest series. That's exactly what I'm doing, Sonneveld. I just loaded back precisely so I can spit on this Sarien with the helmet on. I don't know. I don't see how I could spit on him with the helmet off, but I'll try taking the helmet off to spit. Oh, of course. There. That makes sense how this could work with the helmet off. It's like, how could it isn't he just going to shoot me instantly? I had played a little bit of King's Quest 1, a fair amount of different attempts at King's Quest 5, which was the big one when I was a kid, but never really getting very far in it. But I'd absorbed a ton of it just through, cultural osmosis. So when I played that one, like I avoided all of the many frustrating soft locks. And then oddly enough, I had the only King's Quest game I had completely done. I have played the Famicom/NES King's Quest 5, which was not great, but not to any great degree. I think I might have rented it once when I was a kid and been very disappointed that it was not not what I remembered on the PC. King's Quest 6 was the only one I had played before through to completion. I should check it out, just out of curiosity even. So now, anyway, I'm firing up Space Quest. If any of, if you were thinking, oh man, ooh, Master System King's Quest 1 sounds really intriguing. Like the Master System, not, especially due to catalog, inferior to the Famicom or the NES, but spit on this guy. You gather up a nice mouthful, let it fly. Unfortunately, you forgot you're wearing a helmet. The warm saliva oozes down the side of your face. You feel rather stupid. But hold on. What if I've dropped my helmet? Well, if I can even make it across these screens without being blasted. So yeah, if you're thinking like, oh man, I would wish I'd missed all the King's Quest. They're on the YouTube channel, which you can find by it having the same name as my as the stream here, 58 Dream Street. And I think it might be linked in the about. There's also a Discord where mostly just Stimpinski, one of our regulars here, good friend from Germany, tells us about the board games that he's playing. And every now and then I announce, I think I figured out this puzzle that I was stuck on last time. And then I make announcements like, oh, hey, we can't do this. We're going to do this at this time. We're going to do this. Whatever. So that's 58 Dream Street. Gather up a nice mouthful and let it fly. Fortunately, you missed the guard. Why is that fortunate? Can't you find something more constructive to do, James? Had I realized when it asked me to enter my name at the start that it was going to rename Roger Wilco, I wouldn't have said my name. That Ev, welcome. As you can see, it's bumping here today, unless I've driven off 115 viewers in the past. We got raided by Sonneveld. Oh, whoops, took my eye off the ball. Well, I deserved that one. Okay, so the big question here is whether this is a reflex thing or a having a plan thing. Can I hide here? Wait for a moment. Give him a zap when he comes out. Okay. I don't think I can get it any closer. But sometimes that guard, or maybe it's just a different randomly generated guard, is randomly coming out, and then it feels like there's a window. No, that's quite all right, Sonneveld. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for bringing the gang. Thanks to everyone who followed. That's rad. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to... you know what? No, I won't look right now. But this might have... My cat's going through it today. She weirdly hissed at nothing twice, hid under a bed briefly, and now is doing her... I had never heard this. She's like 16. People have always told me her whole life that when I leave, if they stick around, she's not comforted by their presence. She wails and wails and wails for me. I hear those sounds now because she lost her... Well, we all lost our sister earlier in the summer. And so... Come out, come out, come out. No? Okay. Look in the door. You learn nothing new. I wish that Roger would just actually shoot through the door. But no. Is there a window there? This is very frustrating, I'm sure, for the experienced Space Quest player to watch me if I'm not able to get the drop on him. If the robot droid could laugh, which is not programmed to do, it would do so. Your pulse ray is only effective against living opponents. Good to know, I guess. So now... Gotta be quicker on the draw. So the random ones I can be quick on the draw. But this one jerk... Okay. Oh, okay. Can I do something to him? Obviously, I can't spit on him from above. That was not very quick on the draw. I think am I gonna lose points? Or do I only lose points if I shoot them when I don't need to? Oh ho! I score points for getting the drop on him. I do have a save. I can go back to the helmet if necessary. And even with the thought in my mind, of dealing with this guy from above and knowing that I will inevitably lose the helmet. Let's try something. You really can't do that. Really. It's not a good idea. Besides, your dental hygiene hasn't been what it should. Do the universe a favor. If it's not the universe, there would be benefit. Okay. Back to the exposed save, where things might be going okay. Or not. That guy's going to be there every time. I'll get him eventually. Why don't I just shoot when I step through? Yep. No more points, but that makes sense. These are supposed to be puzzle points, so what good would it do? It would break the whole system if you just kept getting points for every random Sarien you took out. Wait. But back to the whole thought about can I drop something on this guy? I have this plant that I keep thinking like, whoop, it's got to come up at some point. Sorry, dude. Them's the breaks. Life ain't sweet, man. If I drop the plant, will he be tempted to eat it and it turns out to be a sedative? Probably not. Now, what else do I have that would make any sense to drop on his head? Probably nothing. But the survival kit is just an empty... No. Throw the plant? No. Okay. My kingdom for a jetpack. Slow on the draw. Okay. It's probably some sort of... Ooh, there's a thought that if I'm starting to lean towards the idea is somehow to bait him out and like hide here and shoot him in the back or something. But if it comes to it, I'll definitely go back and try to brute force the dropping everything. Alternately, maybe I need to go and find another helmet. Okay. Once more, I'm going to go through here. Okay. Thank you, Loofers. As a broad request, nobody tell me any just straight up answers. But I appreciate the anything vague. So like, I think I remember this, or like I've never played this. I think this. That's all great. I certainly don't mind people shouting out suggestions. Exactly once, I was playing. What's that? The cool trippy card game. I can't remember the name of it, but more modern game. And I was playing Inscription. I was playing Inscription. Yeah, it's like a deck builder with like a meta mechanic about how you're actually trapped in a cabin with a maniac who's forcing you to play a deck building game with him. And a very enthusiastic viewer showed up who I'd never new viewer showed up as soon as I started playing. And just every time I encountered a puzzle, he just started typing the answer to the puzzle, like as I was going like, okay, so I'm supposed to, and he'd be like, click this one twice, click this one 3 times. It's like, all right, I'm unfocusing my eyes now. I'm sorry. I'm glad you're here, but I'm not going to read what you're saying. Okay. One more time to see if I'm the quickest on the draw. I know I'm not. Yeah. Okay. Boom. let's go. So then, okay. The question now that remains to, see, okay. Hiding behind that definitely, I would have got to definitely need the helmet on my own there. Or a helmet. So the question is, do I need the helmet or a helmet? It's helpful that I really thought that I was pressing that button. Okay. Helpful that the robots seem to be more like Roombas than hunters. Oh. That was not marksmanship. That was the old time traveler arcade game issue. Turn around before you shoot. Okay. It's okay. I'm having fun. And also, I've got like an hour and 10 minutes before I absolutely must put the game down. I feel like I can figure this out and beat this game today. Ooh, so sorry, pal. Well, this is the laundry room. Welcome, Omega Suspect, as the animation says. Is there another helmet in here? Someone might be coming. You don't have time to be standing around. That's the old message. I noticed with dismay that although the trunk moved from the other spot, it's not here, suggesting that I am indeed soft-locked. But I might as well at least figure out what the hell is going on here. Okay, good. Don't actually need to aim. That's comforting. But you do need to shoot faster. Because I can see the other way to getting the thing to be there. Sorry, pal, but this is kill or be killed. Oh, my poor little kitty. She's I mean, it's like the thing. Like, I was worried that she was going to fail to thrive when her sister passed away, and that certainly hasn't happened. We should take great comfort in. Okay, yeah. The trunk is no longer in either location. Which is discouraging. So, I think I'm going to revert and approach the sequence a bit differently and see how it goes. Fortunately, nice thing about adventure games, of course, is that, well, there are many nice things about adventure games. But one very nice thing about adventure games, toast, is that so much of the progression is figuring out what to do. Ah. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go back to when I boarded and try this in the other order that I conceived. Move the trunk. Open trunk. Put jetpack in trunk. Close trunk. Get on trunk. Open vent. Get in vent. Once you know what you're doing, regaining that progress goes that much faster. Yeah, I was worried that Abra would fail to thrive when we lost her sister. That has not come to pass, which I feel great about. Oh, okay. Opening the vent, though, causes me to fall it. So just kick it and then see if I can come back and get the other way to the laundry room to work. Put jetpack in trunk. Close trunk. Get on trunk. Open vent. Get in vent. Maybe I'm overthinking this, and the jetpack is not something you need to recover, and you don't need to get back through the... I don't know. That seems possible, actually. Now that I'm saying it out loud. So, here's what I'm going to do. Since I've come this far. Let me pop back through here. Get off the trunk. Open trunk. Get in the trunk. And does it once again happen? Did I get moved? Yes. Whoops. Yeah. Can't open the trunk. Can't open the trunnel. Definition of insanity. Close the trunk. Along comes this fellow. Zippy zip. Open machine. Get out. Oh, hey. How convenient. I'm a Sarien now. Am I... Right. Look in pockets. Got the ID. No points for getting the ID. That's okay. Hey, pal. Want to talk about King's Quest 3? Oh, different dialogue. Just as you begin to speak, the Sarien guard says, "How many Ataraxians does it take to seduce a 3-eared female Sylvite?" I don't know, pal. You tell me. After a reasonable period of silence at your end, the guard answers his own joke. 2! He does not seem unduly impressed by your lack of laughter. Well, I'm sorry, man. But I had no expectations, so your joke had no ability to upend my expectations. On my way back through, tried dropping every other thing on this fella's head. Boom, he comes back. Gives me the pulse ray. 166. So it's made no difference to my score because my score in the other save is 169 after getting 3 points for defeating one random Sarien. So I don't have a clear tell there. Be nice if just Roger understood aiming downwards. But what you gonna do? Okay. Drop the glass. No. Throw the glass. Throw the gadget. No. Drop the gadget. I don't think... Okay. It's really nothing to... Would dropping the ID card? No. Or throwing it? No. Well... This might have all been for nothing. Oh, no. I'm still disguised. So it's not admirable to shoot them when they're not going to threaten you. Even though, again, Roger's goal here is to blow up this ship and kill all of the Sarians. He trips. Which feels inevitable. But what if... Oh. What if there's some gimmick whereby I can catch my own helmet? It isn't here. If you wanted it, you should have held on to it. I disagree. I think it is quite clearly right here. One last thought. I promise. I won't. I never struggle in vain forever and torture the audience. I'll ask for a hint when I'm ready. So start thinking of the subtlest nudge you could give me. Catch helmet. Nope. But we got a nice still shot. Can I Hold on. I'm going to try the grab helmet one more time and wait for it to pop off my face. Nope. And then, what if? This doesn't seem likely, but what if? No. Can't shoot it. Okay. Well, let me struggle in vain a little bit longer. You learn nothing new. Look around. Just in a corridor. Look for a helmet. It's not in sight. What happened to the helmet? Besides popping off my head. Ah! Need to be quicker on the pulse ray. Get my 3 points. Summon helmet to elevator. Oh, sorry, robot. Okay. And I'm not going to get... If I want my highest possible score... Okay, hold on. I don't think this is it. It's frustrating that the game is like, trust me, you don't need a jetpack. When, like, it's probably not going to let me jump down here. Maybe it will. No. Right, the whole game is a no jumping zone. Can I shoot the Sarien with words? Use pulse ray on Sarien. Aim at Sarien. Okay. Ah, it's a droid. Oh, come on. I was sure that I'd press that in time. Okay. I tried typing walk carefully before, but not on this screen. I think the game just says it doesn't understand walk, though. Whoops. Okay. Let me just... Yeah, you know, it's part of the business model. This is also very much of the era where part of the idea is that you talk to your friends about it, which is also a way to get the friends who can't participate in the conversation to be intrigued by the game. Oh. All right. I've got my one Sarien here. I'm going to make a new save. And I will ask a question. I'm not ready to just ask for a hint. But here's a question. Am I doomed once the helmet goes away? Is there something I had to do to save the helmet? Losing the helmet itself is kind of a hint. Oh, I have a thought. Yeah. Okay. Well, you can see what my thought was. Maybe. Okay. All right. Still not ready to just ask for a hint, but is the pulse ray a red herring? Seems odd because it gives you so many points, but to get it and then to use it successfully once. There's a hint on this screen. On this screen. You mean like literally the save screen that I'm looking at, or is this a chat delay thing? Okay. 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 I really want to finish the game today, and a lot, like, feels like a fair bit of this is pretty clear in my mind. Once I... 2 gas grenades. Can I take a grenade? I'm sorry. You may not possess that device. That would be punishable by death. Oh, wait. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Now here's the real plan C. The grenade drops to the floor, releasing its poisonous gas on the unsuspecting alien. Good shot, Roger. Okay. It's all coming together. Gotta shoot one dude to get to that 175. Yes, that was very effective, subtle hinting. No, not gonna randomly appear. Then again, maybe I can. Oh, yeah. I might be able to get those points during the escape. Ah! No, you did a great job. You didn't give it away, but you provoked me to think in a way that guided me to solving it. Those are the best kind of hints. The Bodhisattva, not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, approach. The figure in Buddhism who helps others achieve enlightenment. So long, sucker. Thanks for the 3 points. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. Oh. I was on guard right until I passed the elevator, and then I thought, okay, we're in the clear. Absolute torture. But, of course, and then I got a robot. Oh, are you kidding me? Well, going back to fast. Speed that feels normal. All right. Obviously, we're searching this jerk. Whoop. Searching. Seem to have found a remote control device of some sort. There's only one button, labeled on-off. And before you stands the star generator. You find it hard to believe that this contraption could save or destroy an entire galaxy. I think they're saying galaxy when they mean solar system. But okay. Press the button. Because I'm going to bet that those light beams will disappear, those lasers. Suddenly, the force field protecting the star generator disappears. Look at generator. At the base of the generators is a control panel of some sort. Well, how about that? Look at the control panel. Here's a red herring for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces. Unless I've just missed something, but I don't think I have. Oh, press F6 to select key. That's a clumsy... Okay, I see what's going on here. What an odd way to do it. Detonation cycle has begun. Awesome. Can we leave? Okay, great. Let's see. I think was it in the cartridge? The data cartridge from the ship, maybe? It's literally the only note I've taken in the entire game was that 4-digit code. The star generators come alive. The heat that this thing is starting to generate tells you that it's time to blow this taco stand. Yeah. Well, also that I did that last week. This is session 2. Oh, sorry, robot. Yeah, that's exactly how Roger feels. Oh, no, the trunk does not persist. So there are just multiple ways to do this. And really what I'm on to now is navigation. Oh, but also not being killed while I navigate. Jeez. Excuse me, Mr. Robot. Lots of 24 save slots I've now used for this relatively tiny game. I just gotta dodge this guy if I can, which I can't. He has moral qualms in the sense that when you have the helmet on, if you shoot a Sarien, you lose points. So the game, yeah. The game has moral qualms about Roger just firing at will. Even though, again, he's blowing all of them up. And, like, these guys are jerks. Again. That's a good question. Okay. Really got to be quicker on the draw here. Also. Robot again. And it got me. Okay. Yeah, I wonder, because, like, there's only a single, hey, you got him reward. Oh, jeez. That time I had to aim. Yeah. The robots do seem to actually be going for Roger now, whereas before they were more like Roombas. But I guess let's just every time the random number generator lets me just get through a room. Oh, he was actually protected by cover there. I fired first, but he was behind the pillar. What the hell, Roger? Come on. Hello, your mom. Things are going well in Space Quest. Not literally in the context of this room where I keep getting shot again and again. Is that a different death message? Should I be reading that? Is this guy a puzzle? Loofers, I always make a good faith attempt to try to pronounce people's names how I think they might be supposed to be pronounced. And so, like, I can't remember exactly what I did, but the first time your mom came here, I greeted him and stuff, and he followed. It was great. But I didn't get it. And then the second time he showed up, I was like, "Hi, your mom," and like, yeah, it was in that moment. I was like, oh, all right. I have a master's degree in English literature. Okay, going back to the start to see if this is a route issue. Do we have to take the most efficient route? Also, while however many people may or may not be here, I should mention, your mom is himself a streamer who does fun retro game streams. I've only managed to actually make it to one of them live, which was playing a bunch of old Intellivision games on real hardware. It was great. Good vibes. Good stuff. One day I will learn how to use the actual built-in Twitch shoutout function, but just consider this a shoutout, just in the sense that I'm literally shouting out. So yes, approaching that guy from the left, no problem. Shooting him. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, if it's set up to help me avoid spoilers, I will absolutely check it out. So, door's not impressed. Door's tightly sealed. Uh-oh. It's okay. I've got 40 minutes, so being temporarily stymied is okay. Whoops. Should have reacted. That is something that I think I've already mentioned this to you, really want to be doing. I just have never got around to yet. What have you done recently in Pool of Radiance? Oh man, that guy wasn't even quick on the draw. Just Roger's no good at firing north or south. Okay. Oh, it worked. Okay, great. Oh, nice. Yeah, you're rolling. Can't look in the machine. But, okay, why would the vent be the answer, though? You'll get it. I had my two casters, my magic users, were a fighter magic user and a halfling fighter cleric magic user. But they both had fireball by the end. We are so close. Oop. I should have considered experimenting a bit more before I gave up when I made it to the airlock and wasn't sure what to do. Uh-oh. There, that's what we need. Oh, wait. That's incredible, Loofers. Maldron Burgundy. Okay. Shooting the door. Oh, I just ran out of time. I was going to say, well, this is still technically a success, but it's not, because Roger also needs to get the plans for the star generator back. Okay. Let me start the escape sequence over. Ah, I thought I could get the drop on him because he was just chilling. Well, there, I know this game is notorious for having lots of soft locks because it's structured as like a series of smaller biomes that you complete and then you leave forever. But two things. One, up to pretty close to where I am, like all the way through the Ulian Flats, I was vaguely assured, by two audience members that I had, that I had not soft locked myself. Other point of hope is that I do have 191 points. But okay, let's take stock. What do I have again? I still have the remote control, but why would that work on multiple things? Really got to be quick on the draw. Okay. Well. Update the escaping save. Does this elevator just work now? There's what I was missing. See, that was my thought at the last moment there. Was just, all right, the elevator that's just there. Get in the ship. You swiftly slip into the sleek ship. Try to say that 3 times fast. You swiftly slip into the sleek ship. You swiftly slip into the sleek ship. You swiftly slip into the sleek ship. Boom. All right. Close the door. Look around. Look at console. You frantically search the console for the launch button. Aha! There it is. Kaboom, but without Roger implicated. The Deltaur has been blown to tiny fragments by the force of the star generator's blast. You've saved the lives of millions of your people. Not to mention the lives of those in other systems. Don't get a big head. I was really, Loofers, I was totally like, well, you saw me use closed door first. I was like, I gotta like, this is a trick. Don't be, but I visually saw that the launch button also closed the door, which is good functionality. That's good user interface design by the Sariens. Don't get a big head. And I'm very confident, although I don't know. This is the only space quest I'd ever played any of, and I had never even like got anywhere on the planet. I had mostly just done the opening sequence at a friend's house. But knowing nothing about it, I wouldn't be surprised if Space Quest 2 picks up with Roger Wilco, still a lowly space janitor for some reason. Congratulations, James, or Roger. You've rid the universe of the evil Sariens. This is what I've heard. I think I'm at least gonna do the first 2 right now. So like carry on next Saturday to Space Quest 2. But I got to figure out the big problem that I've run into here is that I originally planned to use my vacation this summer to power through in a condensed like calendar time period, Ultima 7 Part 2 Serpent Dial. And instead, I was like spontaneously started playing Wizardry Gaiden 4 instead on the Super Famicom. And I got 3 sessions of Ultima 7 Part 2 in, and that was it. So like, I got to figure out a place to put that in the time slot. For context here, I teach at a university. So like, my busy time is about to start. Well, let me think. Like, because it's definitely possible to soft lock yourself, but I think that there are, like, I think the structure of it to begin with. No, I teach technical writing to engineers, and also basically I teach all the courses at my institution that engineers must take that are not engineering courses. I'm the liberal arts guy on the Faculty of Engineering. Congratulations, James. Roger. You've rid the universe of the evil Sariens and saved your people from certain doom. The star generator technology is safe inside the data cartridge. And you're welcome, British, and also thank you for being here with me and everybody else too. I certainly don't do this for the money, so I appreciate the company. Now, a new star generator can be built and can carry out its original task. You're an all-around hero. You made it home safely aboard the stolen Sarien craft, where you've encountered a cheering Xenon crowd. They have gathered together for a ceremony in your honor. The ceremony is already in progress. Pardon me one moment, folks. Milady is calling me. Oh. Gonna take a brief intermission and we'll wrap this up. Hang tight. And we're back. Okay. I've saved everyone. Oh, the ceremony's in progress? Let's see it. Hey, my droid! Get some medal too. As a token of appreciation, you're presented with a golden mop. Thank you, Roger, for cleaning up our galaxy, says the Xenon leader. Oh, that's fun. Once a janitor, always a janitor. I was a janitor once. I don't feel like I'm still a janitor, so I disagree with that, but okay. The end. Thank you for playing Space Quest. Watch for Space Quest 2. I will. I have. Purchased it. Alright. Watch the credits. I gotta help Danielle with something, so I'll try to wrap up fairly quickly here when I'm done. But we must honor them by watching the credits. The Sarien fleet, the entire human race, James, Galactic Warrior. Ah, yeah. What was it? The Scum VM emulator does a pretty good job, I think, of controlling the speed to be reasonable. But I was playing in I was playing on fast speed because normal is unbearable. David, you did in fact show up just in time for the grand conclusion. Okay, now it's on a loop. I'm gonna shut this down. Yeah, if you had to type shoot alien, that would be one. You would really need to load that on the other screen. Okay. Oh, yeah. Geez, throwing the water on the monster. Or to the monster. Would definitely be tough. Okay. I did tell Danielle that I would wrap up quickly, but it's tradition here when I complete a Sierra adventure game to look up the points list and try to figure out why do I only deserve 195 points? Okay. Get keycard, learn more of data cartridge, get data cartridge. This is a helpful list because it's broken up into these segments. Open the bay doors, open elevator, get gadget, wear suit, lift platform, escape the Arcata, activate autonav, kick a dead body, and you lose a point. Well, I did not kick a dead body. Get a piece of glass. Get the survival kit. Getting the plant, no points, and it also never came up. Kill the spider droid. Kill Orat. Kill droid and Orat together. Says no points. Get the Orat part. Oh, so could you lure the spider droid into Orat's cave? That's fun. Get the Orat part. Discover elevator. Use plant on great monster. Not applicable, but I guess you can feed him the plant. Open door with rock. Disable laser. Pass through the acid. Get skimmer. View the cartridge. Retrieve it. Did all that. Arrive at Ulan's flats. Obtain jetpack. Drink your third beer to learn the sector name. I did that. Use widget on slot machine. But no points available for that in the EGA version. I did not do that. But that probably could have saved... I was saying the whole time that I was just struggling through gambling in the most boring form possible, slot machine. The whole time I was doing that, I was like, I bet there's like a gimmick here that I could like solve a puzzle. Oh well. Buy the pilot droid, buy the right spaceship, leave Corona, did all that. So whatever I missed must be in here somehow. Leave the airlock, climb through the vent, find the trunk, kick the grate. Hide in trunk as the alternate solution is the same number of points. Hide in washing machine. Get uniform, 5 points. Did that. Get ID card, no points. Talk to Sarien guard. Kiss a Sarien for 1 point. I didn't do that. Oh, say yes to having played King's Quest, 5 points. So that's... Wait. But didn't I end with 197? But it looks like I missed... If I was supposed to kiss a Sarien for 1 point, then I must have missed a point somehow. Or maybe you can only get talked to or kiss. But at any rate, 5 points for saying, yes, I've played King's Quest 3. Well, you know what? I'm crediting myself with a perfect score then, because I have played King's Quest 3. I did not, no. Because that's wrong. Although it's also missing from the points list here. They have the minus points for kicking a dead body, but not for shooting a Sarien, an unsuspecting Sarien. Yeah. Yeah, they don't have that here. But okay. Yeah, so the big thing I missed was just saying yes. That is a good question. I never found that out. But that is I'm curious about that. But yeah, I definitely I have played King's Quest 3. I might have even said out loud, yes, I have. So I'm counting that as a perfect score. Hooray! All right. So, like I said, I got to wrap up. I also usually give my final thoughts on the game. I won't belabor the point. I really enjoyed this. It has the things that I love about playing a Sierra AGI, graphic text adventure game. But I'm not necessarily sure that this is better or worse, but it's refreshing that the early King's Quest games are kind of like open world, like just go everywhere, figure it out. And so having this be a more like structured small areas and also more plot driven was cool. Likewise, having a sci-fi setting is fun. Kind of, you use a lot of fairy tale logic in King's Quest games. Used a little bit of, sci-fi movie logic in this. Lovely graphics, very good. The first King's Quest looks okay, but they didn't really get the hang of the EGA art style until King's Quest 2. This one hit the ground running, probably because it came after King's Quest 3, I think. Humor, much appreciated. I thought the puzzles were well structured. Nothing really tormented me too much. I got stuck a few times, but I figured it out. And when I did figure things out, I never really felt like I'd been cheated. Even with the grenade thing, which did trip me up for a moment there, it made perfect sense. And also the way that you do it. Like, once I tried to get the grenade and it didn't work, but then the robot asked for my ID again, and it all clicked. Oh, I can get this grenade this way. And I'd been trying so hard to throw something down on that guy because the scene's like set up for you to drop stuff on him. You could tell that. Really well done. Really well done. Cedric told me, not here with us today, unless he's lurking, but Cedric told me I had mentioned the tragic story of the two guys from Andromeda making three King's Quest together and then their friendship breaking up, like Simon and Garfunkel style. And then one of them did King's Quest, Space Quest 4, and one of them did 5, I don't know, about 6. Cedric told me there's a happy ending where they reunited and made like the spiritual successor long ago. I never heard about this, but apparently they did. So I'll have to check that out someday. There's a lot of time left. Simon and Garfunkel have reunited many, many times, and now they both say in interviews that they will never see each other again before they die. So, and when you're like 80-ish, like late 70s, 80s, you could. That's not the kind of thing where you get in a fight with your friend when you're 30. You're like, you're dead to me. There's so much time for you to make up. I don't know if we're going to get any more Simon and Garfunkel reunion tours. And we're certainly never going to get an album. So that's a shame. Space Quest. Great. Really glad that I did it. Really excited to play Space Quest 2 next week because I don't know a thing about it. Never played it. Never seen anything about it. Never really read about it. I'm looking forward to that. And then on into the future. We'll keep playing these games. Interspersed, I'm probably going to have to start just like doing Ultima here and there. And that's true, Loofers, but it's just not quite the same. Although, that guy who what's his name? Jonathan Colton, who does the like folky Baby Got Back. I'm not a huge fan of his. I respect him doing his thing. I don't begrudge him his success. I like his Portal song like everybody does. Still alive. But his jokey folk cover of Baby Got Back would obviously be like infinitely better and funnier if performed by Simon and Garfunkel. Here's the thing I'll say. Obviously, Paul Simon has the greater solo career, and that makes sense given that he was the songwriter, So like Art Garfunkel, both like some of Garfunkel's arrangement instincts kind of steered him wrong, I think. But more than anything, I think Garfunkel's problem was material, whereas Paul Simon just got to keep on doing Paul Simon songs his whole career. But I do think that pretty much any time I listen to a Paul Simon solo album, there are several songs at least where I'm like, well, this would be better with the Garfunkel harmonies. But don't tell Paul Simon I said that. Because, if you've ever read an interview with Paul Simon about his feelings about Art Garfunkel at any point after their breakup, even when they're getting along, he would not want to hear that. I mean, I'll check it out. Best version of the Paul Simon song Slip Sliding Away is Simon and Garfunkel, Concert in the Park. I will. I'll check it out. I'm generally resistant to a lot of the AI stuff, but that sounds funny enough. I'll check it out. Hey, got it by voices. Yes, you are just catching the end, but really nice to see you. Friday Night Frosthaven on Saturday tonight. So if you're free. And it was a good stream. Had a good time. But I really got to wrap up. I told Danielle that I'd be done. Hello, Rocka42. Oh my goodness. That's a provocative statement that if I had not told Danielle I'd be wrapping up right about now, we could extend this stream by like an hour going back and forth right now. But yeah. Hey, this was great. Thanks to everyone who stopped by. Thanks to Sonneveld. I know you're asleep now, but I hope you're dreaming pleasant dreams. Thanks for bringing a big crowd by. Thanks to everyone in the crowd who happened to follow and anyone who stuck around, even if you opted not to follow. Although I don't understand. I won't lie and say that I understand what impulse would possibly lead someone to stick around for the whole stream, but be like, I don't ever want to see this guy again. but this was good. But whatever. Hey, cool. Yeah, it was wild. It was easy. It was by a significant margin the largest audience I've ever had. And I've occasionally had large audiences solely due to raids. Not a good self-promoter. There we go. A shout out to Sonneveld, the official Twitch kind. Okay, yeah. So what's coming up? Well, we had technical difficulties that derailed Friday Night Frosthaven last night because there's a physical switch on Rich's laptop, it turns out, that turns the camera off at the hardware level. And he let his daughter play with his laptop. She pressed it. He didn't know about the switch. He couldn't figure out how to get it working. So we're going to... And I appreciate that. Oh, listen, like I'm absolutely thrilled with the audience I have cultivated. A lot of people I'm very fond of. Glad to hang out with, play video games with you. What am I trying to say here? Oh, yeah. Friday Night Frosthaven on Saturday this week. So this evening, playing the board game Frosthaven with Rich, Greg, and Danielle. Tomorrow, I'm not sure exactly when, so the schedule might jump around a little bit. But maybe I'll start at the time currently listed on the schedule. We're playing the Famicom Classic Adventure Adventure RPG Survival Horror Progenitor Sweet Home, which has been absolutely great so far. Going in for session 3. Really looking forward to that. Got to find our way to be able to move heavy statues so that we can get into Lady Mamiya's bedroom via the veranda. So that's what's on the agenda there. Monday, if I have time, I'm going to make I gotta get Wizardry Gaiden 4 off my agenda, and I'm in that last level. So if I have the time, I'm gonna try to make a press for it before it becomes an intermittent game because the school year is about to start. Tuesday evening, Greg will be here, and we'll be playing. I don't remember, but I don't need to remember. I can just look. Big Fight by Tatsumi Electronics, King of the Monsters 2 by SNK, and if either those games go really quickly, or we decide the King of the Monsters 2 doesn't count as a beat 'em up, we'll also play Mutation Nation by SNK. So definitely some Neo Geo action on Tuesday, and probably Friday Night Frosthaven again on Friday. And before you know it, it'll be Saturday again. We'll be playing Space Quest 2, which I think is called Someone's Revenge, but I'm not positive. But Space Quest 2, Roger Wilco, his adventure carries on. Awesome. Hey, this is a lot of fun. I hope you had fun too. If you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came and you left, you can't hear my voice. But I'm glad you stopped by anyway. So thanks for stopping by. And until the next time, when we blast off together, take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.